Mekelle, 500 kilometers north of the Ethiopian capital Addis Ababa, near the frontier with Eritrea. This is a microcredit institute, reserved for people who have been refused credit by traditional banks. In 133 such banks in Ethiopia, everything is done by hand. There are no computers. Meanwhile, women wait their turn in front of the branch, well protected by guards.
I've come to pay back my credit. I got 5,000 birr, around €400, to become independent and open my shop.
It's a typical case here in the Tigray region. Thousands of families with very little money can create their own businesses by obtaining microcredit. The only precondition is the ability to present a coherent and credible business plan. Those who do qualify are closely accompanied by bank employees to maximise the chances of success for their project. For thousands of people, it's a dream of a better life that begins. 25-year-old Fusum Kiros has no problem paying back what she owes each month. To the south of the town, on the corner of two streets, her small store has plenty of customers. Fusum sells a bit of everything in a space of 3 square meters.
I earn a good living, but there are 4 of us at home, and I'd like to enlarge my shop with a new loan. I've already asked the town for larger premises.
Of course, you don't become rich with a little shop like this one, but her revenues do allow her to send her daughter to school. The microcredit organisation is known as Debit locally, Dexi internationally. It boasts some 400,000 clients, a success which is explained in part by the loyalty of the employees, many of whom have worked for the bank since its creation in 1994. The demand for credit is such that Dexi could triple its clientele if the IMF were to liberate sufficient funds. It's here that non-governmental organisations such as SOS Fin intervene to negotiate funding. The European Union also supports this system of aid. Dexi have won many awards for their work, but it's the smallest of their trophies which gives director Atakilt Kiros most satisfaction.
This is made of clay and made by the farmers, and this is a special award from the Farmers Association. And we got this, during the farmers' facility here in Tigray.
Between 1998 and 2000, the population suffered from war with Eritrea. In a country where 90% live in rural areas, droughts too regularly damage harvests. In Vukro, an hour's drive north of Mekelle, lies Tekle Gebrselasie's farm. It's an example of the success that can come from microfinance.
We have all sorts of fruit and vegetables. Here are oranges, there are bananas and avocados. Everything grows thanks to the irrigation system that we pay for with microfinance.
Tekle insists on showing us around the farm. Aged 56, he no longer just nourishes his family of 10. Sales of his products have allowed him to move up into the middle classes.
For years we had to fetch water from near the mountain with buckets and carry it for kilometres. But it was never enough to cultivate the plants. We even suffered from hunger.
He's also been able to construct a reservoir of water thanks to microcredit. Whereas conventional banks usually refuse to finance irrigation projects because they judge the risk too great, Dexi showed what is possible. Water was found just a few metres below the surface, and techniques that local workers can master are used to extract it. Tekle believes the Vukro project is a model to follow.
Our way of life's completely changed. We have very good harvests now. Without Dexi, we could have never done that.
The director of Dexi is convinced of the benefits of his bank's approach.
This is banking the unbankable areas. That means the marginalized poor people or the poorest of the people. That's the main purpose of the establishment of Dexi. We don't lose at all. It's about the commitment of the people. The people are very committed, to take loans and pay back the loans on time. What they need is, trust. If you trust them, they trust you. They are committed.
In his favourite cafe, the manager of some 2,000 employees explains why administration costs are so low. He himself earns just 600 euros per month, while managing loans whose total value is over 70 million euros.
Some say, how can you be sustainable while financing the poor? I mean, having no assets at all. But we have proven it here in Tigray that we can still, finance the poor, at the same time create a very sustainable financial institution.
In Tigray, everyone considers the bank as theirs. It's maybe one explanation why repayment rates are 98%. During Ethiopian National Day, the government honours the bank for the unbankable. Thanks to Dexi, many people have been transformed from debtors to savers. It could be described as a revolution in society. Instead of queuing for food handouts, people have learnt to pay back for the help they receive. Now Dexi wants to enlarge its services to all regions of the country. At the University Libre in Brussels, the Dexi model is considered exemplary. During the first European conference on microfinance, the participants reflected on whether it would be possible to expand it to a global scale.
Today we have 150 million people who've been assisted, and according to estimates, we need to help some 500 million people, and maybe 2 billion according to some estimates. So you see, that means at least tripling the sector and probably much more.
The concept of microfinance has been shown to work, but that's not to say there aren't negative experiences. In some cases, it has been used to finance consumption, wedding parties, for example, leaving borrowers faced with debts they can't pay back. So while the idea is a good one, strict regulation is needed.